So, today I just want to talk about how we talk about veganism as vegans and also how people perceive veganism who might not be vegan. So, a common thing that I notice is that oftentimes people will define veganism as the things that we don't do and things that we don't eat instead of why we don't do these things. So, obviously, if you're vegan, you know that the reason that we don't consume dairy, eggs, honey, meat, other animal products is because we are against animal exploitation. And I noticed that a lot of non vegans think of veganism as vegans don't eat this, that, and whatever. They never talk about why. Um, yeah, it's kind of interesting how they just see it as a list of things that we don't do. They may not even take the time to evaluate why or think about why. And I always make it a point to bring it to their attention that we're doing it for a very specific reason, and that not consuming or using animals doesn't make you vegan. It makes you vegan because you believe in veganism. You do it because you believe that animals should have justice and liberation. And this also brings up that a lot of people try to justify the use of animals by saying that they're doing it a certain way, what they feel is like a better way of explaining animals. And as vegans, we know that that's not possible. There's no possible way to humanely exploit or kill anyone. So it's often that they use these excuses to try to justify their actions, and I think that that's where they think, oh, vegans must, they don't do these things that they think of as a list because they believe that animals should be treated better. And yes, but we still think that we think animals should be treated better and that they shouldn't be used at all. So no matter how nicely you treat an animal, that doesn't mean that they should die for you. It doesn't mean that they owe you anything at all. And that doesn't mean that you can steal from them because they can't consent to you. So backyard eggs, local honey that they say is supposed to help bees, it's just pretty much insulting to the animals that we would even label something that is stolen from them as a product that is supposed to help them or is humane. Because just like I don't want somebody stealing from me, I don't think the animals want anyone stealing from them, and it's not our right to decide that it's something that we should take as humans. And there's a lot of speciesism involved in this whole ideology that people have been reinforced from society, reinforced, you know what I'm saying, hopefully. This idea has been reinforced for them in society for years, and they think, okay, well, humans are better than animals, so it's like they think they're doing an act of justice to humanely steal or humanely kill them. And the reality is, there's no humane way to do that, and the only humane thing that you can do for animals is to stop using them completely. And that means that we have no right to take anything from them, and we shouldn't have the audacity to call something humane that was a product of stealing and exploitation. And we as vegans don't believe in animal welfareism, which means that we don't believe in giving animals bigger cages or more room to move around justifies anything whatsoever. Because I wouldn't want to be stolen from no matter in what situation I was in. And I think an important thing for new vegans or pre-vegans is to remember that if you don't want it done to you without consent, it's not something that you should do to animals. If you replace what we do to animals with humans that haven't consented, that's exactly what you're doing, because there's no difference. And that like imaginary difference is what causes people to think that they can treat animals any way they want to. And I know that a lot of people come to me and they try to tell me how they, or anytime I address veganism either in public or people I know or people that I kind of know, they usually try to tell me that I buy humane, this and that. And I always make a point to them that it doesn't matter because it's still wrong. No matter how we steal from someone, it's wrong. And I think that we really need to reinforce the idea that veganism is for a reason. It's not just